All right, and we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris, and this is my channel, We Love Comics. And you should be able to see me now. And I have a box here, and this is filled with my PGX comics. So I'm going to be doing the live unboxing. And I don't know what the grades are, neither do you, and we're going to find out together live. I was going to do this tomorrow, but I got it early enough today, and I'm just really excited to open this up and find out the grades that I didn't want to wait until tomorrow. So the only reason it came so late is the fact of Memorial Day weekend. They actually had this sent last Friday. So it actually took a whole week because of the Memorial Day weekend and the holiday with the Postal Service not working. So otherwise, normally I am doing this before the end of the month. And I see people are starting to come in. Uncanny Kawaka, good to see you. Comic Noob, hello. Null Howler. So right here, we have a box from PGX. These are graded comics. Now, there was a whole kind of scenario going on with somebody making a claim that PGX went out of business. Well, that's why I like doing these live. So, the funny part is, I have an email, and I don't open it anymore, because the last time, they actually included something different where they mentioned the grades. So, I didn't want to know, but I've had that for about 2 weeks now, and you know how hard it was to not look at that? So, there's some new wrapping material. This is all foam. That's nice. So they are definitely going above and beyond. They returned the backing boards and my bag, so that's cool. All right, so they packaged this as usual very well. You could see there's all foam and paper and everything, and then they wrap it up with bubble wrap. So let me get this done. So like I said, I don't know the grades. I don't want to know because I kind of like the surprise of it all. And also, alright, I have no idea what just happened. So of course, as soon as I said that, everything goes out. So I haven't opened it yet, but I bumped the computer and actually dislodged the... Yeah, it froze for some reason. I bumped into the computer and it kind of temporarily dislodged the wire, so sorry about that, but hopefully, can you guys see me now? Is it back? Everything's okay? Alright, so, not only have we debunked the whole PGX is out of business and there's no graders. Now, I don't know the grades of these, but there is something that Daniel Patterson, the owner of PGX, mentioned about one of the comics. Because I said, if any of them have something I need to know about, let me know in advance. I don't want to know the grade, but because of the fact that I had to potentially get my money back from an eBay seller if something happens. So, I'm assuming everybody can see it. We're back on? Okay. Alright, so, I got 4 comics. If you saw the video, because I always post the videos of the comics I'm going to be sending out. I give a general idea of what I think the grades are going to be, and then we find out how bad I am at grading. So, let's get into the first one. And like I said, I don't know the grade. Oh, this one I'm saving. That's the key one. So we're going to save that until the end. So let's go to the next one. Okay, so we're going to start with... Hopefully you guys will be able to see this. Now, there is a little bit of a delay for me. So this is Fantastic Four issue number 12. And I'll close in a little bit. It's a key issue because it's the first time that the Hulk and the Thing meet. So this is definitely a very desirable book. This is one of those newly listed books that I searched for on eBay. And the person had a best offer, which I made, and they agreed to it. I only paid $150 for this book. So let's see what the grade is for comic number 1. Now, I said it would be about a 1.8 to a 2.0. Wow, and it actually came back a 4.0. See, this is why I tell people all the time, that's amazing. I'm very happy with this, because pressings and dry cleanings, I knew this book would be amazing to be pressed and dry cleaned, because it was wrinkled. Now, if you ever saw the original unboxing I did for this video, The person that sent me these was obviously not a comic book collector. They sent this without a bag and board. So it came wrinkly. So I knew that a pressing and dry cleaning would bring this up. So when I made the grades for these, my predictions, I based it on the fact before a pressing and a dry cleaning, and it shows what this can do. Now, the last email that they sent me for the last time, they actually said what the grade would have been before the pressing and then after. So I'm going to see if they did that again. I don't know because I didn't check, but I'm extremely happy with this, and the pressing made it look beautiful. I mean, if you would have saw this when I took it out of the box when I originally got this from eBay, and it didn't even come with a bag and board, it was wrinkled like crazy. So pressing absolutely brought this out. So it's got creamed off-white pages. That's a good way to start out. So a 4.0 for Fantastic Four number 12, and I paid $150 for that book. Cannot complain. A 1.0 you can't even get for that price. All right, so let's see what we got next. All right, now, this one is the one that is going to basically debunk a lot of what people are saying. So this is the Incredible Hulk issue number 2. It is the Hulk's second appearance, but it's also his first appearance as being a Green Hulk, because he originally started out as gray. Now, I wish I could afford issue number 1, but no. Now, there's something key to this that I cannot wait to share with you. Now, I don't know the grade, but there was a detail that they let me know about this. So I paid $600 for this book. I graded it around a 3.0 to a 3.5. So let's see, and then I'll tell you the thing about it. And there you go. Okay, so it's a 3.5 grade. So as you can see, I'm pretty spot on with these. Now, he said that the pressing, it really didn't need a pressing on this one. The biggest problems were that there was stains on the staples that leaked all over the place. But here's the thing. If you see right here, see if I can close that in. Staples were replaced. So many people have a problem with PGX, and they make all these claims that say, oh, well, they work out of, like, somebody's basement, and they don't have professional graders. This is the third time where they found restoration in comics. Now, this technically isn't restoration when it comes to staples. So you can even look on CGC books. When staples are replaced, it still gets a blue label. But they will mention it. It's not considered restoration. So they also said right here, cover held together with tape at Staples. So they didn't miss this. So this is why I like to do this live, because there are so many people that just want to join a train, a hate train about stuff. And here it is the third time, because if you watched my other unboxings, my Avengers number 1 they found had restoration, which I knew about in advance. I wanted to see if they would find it or quote-unquote miss it, like some people claim. And then my Hulk 181 ended up having some restoration as well. So this is the third comic where they found restoration. So people have accused me of, oh, well, first of all, I want to debunk the fact that somebody made a claim that I get paid by PGX. I don't make a dime from PGX. We made an agreement where I give them the ad. That's why if you watch my videos, you see a 10-second ad. And they give me a discount on the grades, and that's it. I don't make any money. And as you can see here, they're not trying to do favoritism. Because if they wanted to, they could have just conveniently missed this. So they spotted it, and they placed it on here. So I am actually in the process, I'm deciding if I want to get my money back, because I made a claim with PayPal with this, because I was not told that the staples were replaced on this book. So I said I either want 50% back, or I want to send this back. And if I send it back, I'm taking it out of the holder because I'm not letting them have the advantage. But as far as the grade, the grade was pretty spot on. So again, they found something that so many people are making these accusations about. So, you know, it is what it is. All right, so let's get to the next one. This one I wish was a first print, but it is the next best thing. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue number 1. This is the second print. And I got a deal on this one that people can't even get for the third print. I paid $275. Now, here's the amazing part. Excuse me. It was signed and sketched, as you could see, by Kevin Eastman. So you put a little Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle face, and it was signed. So I said this book would probably come out about a 7.0 to 7.5, because the one thing about a book that's got a lot of black in the background is the fact that it's going to show everything. And remember, a lot of people don't think about this when it comes to grading. Fingerprints will take away from a grade. So it's not always the creases and the folds and the stains and all that stuff. Sometimes it's just as simple as putting your fingers on it. And unless you used a glove when you got it directly from the manufacturer, the first time you grab the book, you're going to grab it with your hands, and you have oil on your hands, and depending on if you ate something that's greasy or whatever, it's going to affect the comic, and it's going to affect the grade. So like I said it was about a 7.0 to a 7.5. Let's see what we got. Oh, the pressing helped. That I am thrilled with. We have an 8.5. And let's see. They did mark it's the second print, so they were right about that. Off-white to white pages. And they did write in here that it is signature verified. Kevin Eastman, signature, and remark. So there we go. And it's in gold ink, so I love that. So right there, they did indicate right here that it is a second print, so they got it right. They didn't try and say, because there's no distinction between the prints, especially first and second. So they could have easily just said it was a first print if they wanted to help me out. They put it right. It was the second print. They verified the signatures, and because I've seen the signature, I've gotten things signed from him back in the days. Unfortunately, the book got water damage and had to throw it out years ago. It was one of those graphic novel kind of books. I wish it was the first print of this. But the pressing absolutely helped this book. Again, like I said, there was only 2 minor breaks of color right here. But other than that, really nice book. So an 8.5 signature verified second print of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. Very happy with that, especially for $275. All right, so now the gem. This one basically fell into my lap. This is Showcase number 22, which is the first appearance of Hal Jordan as Green Lantern. Obviously, it's not the first Green Lantern because Green Lantern comes from the Golden Age, but this is the first Hal Jordan. Now, I lucked out with this one. Only one person bid. This was another one of those late-night bids. It was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning because this came from overseas. I forget the country, somewhere in Eastern Europe. And they wrote this as Shoecase 22. So if you typed in Showcase 22, this book would not come up. So only one other person bid, and I guess they figured, you know, they bid around 3 o'clock in the morning that they'd be safe. Little did they know they'd be going up against an insomniac like me. I ended up winning it, and I paid only $810. Now, again, this is another book that I knew that a pressing and a dry cleaning would help it. It does have a split. Well, actually, from here down is completely split, so I didn't know how that would affect the grade. So let's find out. I predicted this book would be about a 1.5 to a 2.0. Again, not knowing how much this split all the way up and through the book would affect it. But overall, this looks pretty darn good. Fingers crossed. Let's see what we got. Oh, now I'm thrilled. A 3.0. The dry cleaning and pressing absolutely helped this book. It was another one of those books. If you saw the unboxing of this video, the person sent it overseas in an envelope with no backboard. It bent a little bit. But the good part is the bend didn't create any color breaks. So there were some wrinkles in this book. And again, this should show you, if you are going to spend the time getting your books graded, get them pressed and dry cleaned, because it will show you the improvement. So this isn't restored or anything. Looks absolutely beautiful. Creamed off-white pages. And I am thoroughly happy with this. Now, I'm going to check the emails and see if they did what they did last time. I haven't opened this. They sent me this back on May 24th. So I've been tempted so many times to actually read it. Let me see. Let me see if they included it. All right. This time they actually didn't do it, so I actually could have actually looked. Okay, so they just sent me the shipping number. All right. So that is basically it. So let's go over these again. And again, for the money I paid for this book, I am thrilled. So we have Showcase 22 at a 3.0, creamed off-white pages. Paid $810 for this book. This is probably about a $1,500 to a $2,000 book in this grade. Next one, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 1, second print. It was signed and sketched by Kevin Eastman. Came back in 8.5, off-white to white pages. And I paid $275 for that one. This is the one that should really tell you that they know what they're doing. This is Hulk number 2, graded at a 3.5. This is off-white pages. They did mention, and I was not aware of this, that the staples were replaced. So I am currently in the process of having to go through PayPal, because it was literally, as of the 26th, 6 months when I bought this. Because I bought it on December 27th. So you only have 6 months in PayPal. So that's why I mentioned in this time that if any of these books were restored or anything like that, let me know, because I have to make a claim with PayPal. So I'm either going to get half back, or I'm going to send this back and get a full refund, because with the staples being replaced, that does lower the value of this book. But 3.5 grade, pretty spot on. And last but not least, another book that I knew would totally benefit from a pressing. This was Fantastic Four number 12. This came back a 4.0, creamed off-white pages, and I paid only $150 for this book. This is like an $800-900 book in this grade. So overall, I cannot complain. Sorry about the computer freezing out for a second. And I got another 4 books that I actually already sent, but the video will be coming out. I'll probably put it out on Monday, showing the next 4 books that are already at PGX. Generally takes about 3 weeks to get them back. And I'm happy. Now, there are people out there who, for whatever reasons, and, you know, they could be legitimate or not, don't like PGX. Some people are hating on me because I have yet to have a bad experience with the company. I'm not going to apologize for that. I've had no problems with CGC. I've had no problems with CBCS. And I've never had a problem with PGX, and they come through for me all the time. I always tell people, get the best benefits you can from each company. Because let me tell you something. This book right here, I'm going to show you. If you sent this to CGC, it would come back with a green label qualified, and it would say signature and writing on the front cover. Because unless they witnessed it, you will not get a signature verification. Now, some people will say, well, why don't you just send it to CBCS? Well, CBCS does not grade books this big. So the only way to get a signature verification would be to send it to PGX. Because CGC would label it as a green label qualified, saying signature and writing on the front cover, and CBCS does not have the ability to grade these wider magazine covers. Now, that may change someday, but we can't go by someday, we can only go by now. So PGX graded it, and as you can see, fits into their holders. They did verify the signatures and the sketch to be authentic, and it was the only one you could do that with. So use all 3 companies. Use them to your best benefit. Because if one of them goes out of business, the next one might be CBCS. Now you have no competition. And if you know anything about economics and business practice, well, you're going to pay more because there's no competition. So you want competition. So there's going to be people out there that are going to say things because they like I said, joining a hate train. I'm not going to apologize that I haven't had a bad experience with them, and showing that other comics should show that they actually do fine things. So, you make up your own minds. Don't let other people influence you. That's exactly why I'm doing this live, so you can actually see that I'm not altering anything. I'm very happy with these grades. I'm very happy with PGX, and they haven't paid me a dime to say it. I just had good experience. So that's it. I want to thank everybody for coming to watch this video. I hopefully you appreciate it. If you missed the grades, this will be uploading. You could watch it once it processes. And guys, please, if you can, even if you haven't done it yet, please give it a thumbs up because I need the support. I need the positive vibrations from all of my wonderful subscribers. Hit subscribe if you haven't. And leave your comments once this uploads because I always respond to everybody and I appreciate those that take the time and the effort to share their thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I cannot wait to get my other 4 back, which will be in another 3 weeks. Hopefully this shows that PGX is still in business. They have professional graders and they actually do spot things, and despite what some people say, you know, you cannot base everything on what happened in the past. You got to base things on what they're trying to do now and where they're going forward. If you don't want to use them, you don't have to. I have no problem with them, and I'm going to continue to use them. And I will eventually use CGC and CBCS again when I have 5 months to spare to get my comics graded. So that's it. Thank you very much. I hope you appreciated it. My name is Chris. This is We Love Comics. Thanks to all of my subscribers that left their messages in the comments section. I will see you next video. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everybody. Peace out.